How's it looking, Eric? I'd like to think my reputation's going to see me through.
Not too good, then.
What do you mean?
We're banking on you, Eric. The last thing we want is some sandal wearer poking his nose around in our development.
It'll be fine.
Where's Val? I thought she'd have been here.
I just missed her. She gave me a right earful as well. So, you got a vote?
Forgot to register.
So much for democracy. Ah, that's what I like to see. The youth of today participating in the nation's political life.
You won't say that if you said how I'd voted.
Yeah, and there's some right cheap flights to Hong Kong.
It shouldn't be long before we've got enough.
But I thought we'd enough already. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cash your savings, I'll book it while you're at work.
There's no rush.
You want to go for it, Pearl? Prices could easily go up.
Yeah, the lad's right.
Are you trying to get shot of me?
Yeah, that's right. So, where do you put the savings book?
I don't know at this precise moment. I'll look after work.
Well, why can't I?
I said I'll look after work. I'll see you. Mwah.
Do you know, anybody would think she didn't want to go.
Shouldn't trust you at savings. See ya.
Hey, come on, chop chop. You should be ready for school.
Lower school's closed. For the election or something.
What's up? I told you I don't mind if you send that to your mum.
What about Louise?
Why would she mind? Especially when you write about her in such glowing terms.
She doesn't want me here.
Of course she does. What's brought this on? Look, I've got to go to work. I'm a witness in court. But we'll talk about this later, yeah?
So come on then, what's going on with you and Mrs. Snooty Cakes?
There is nothing going on between me and Purdy.
So, you know what I'm talking about then?
Is Paddy asking you to keep tabs on me or something?
Don't change the subject.
Look, haven't you heard? It's the first rule of being a vet. Don't mix business with pleasure.
Finally sunk in, hasn't it? Has anybody seen the Bedezo castrator?
Why are you going to try it out on Harry?
Not a bad idea.
Hiya, Emmerdale Veterinary Centre. Yeah, just a minute, please. Paddy, it's that drugs vet that's been trying to get hold of you.
Oh, that'll make calls.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's a waste of time.
Hello, Harry Prasad. What can I do for you? Yes?
Yeah. See you later.
I think you should have a word with Kaylee.
What about?
She suddenly got the idea you don't want her around.
Where'd she got that from?
I've no idea, but you must have said something. She's just a kid. It's worth keeping that in mind sometimes. Have a word with her, will you?
We don't do 24-hour opening.
Oh, just spreading the good word. No need to give you a flyer, eh?
There's not much I don't know about you, Eric.
So you'll have voted for me then?
I've got a delivery due.
I was thinking of putting a bit of business your way tonight. Thought of having my victory bash here.
You've been a bit previous, aren't you?
Well, I am if you can't even be bothered to turn out for me.
I'll pop down later.
Excellent.
If I get a chance.
See if you can encourage your staff to do the same.
What food do you want laying on? I'll get Tony to sort it.
Well, no need to go overboard. A couple of bowls of crisps, a few nuts should suffice.
I wonder if that's what George W. Bush had at his inauguration.
Yes, well, that's just maybe. No doubt the taxpayers subsidised him. This is coming out of my own pocket.
Give over, you'll put it on council expenses.
Well, if you could make up a plate of sandwiches.
Will you want a sprig of parsley with that?
So long as there's no extra charge?
Power to the people.
Heaven forbid.
Now, make sure you get my account number right.
Hang on. If all the profits are going into your account, how do we know you're not going to do a runner with the money?
Hey, you're the dingle, not me.
Do you know what I'm going to do with all this cash?
Get Shadrach fumigated.
I'm going to go to that new beauty salon in Houghton, and I'm going to get the full Monty. Nails, legs waxed. Actually, everything waxed.
Not much point if no one's going to get the benefit.
Oh, come on, get on with it. All this gassing's costing us money. Oh, Eva, I need to take a bit of time off. I'm going to get our flights booked.
Yeah, well, I may come with you the way Eric's carrying on. I've just given him a right rollicking down the Poland station. He makes a perfect politician. Little toe rag.
Where's she put that blessed thing?
Yeah, we'll have to go to the count.
What do you mean?
The election count at the town hall tonight.
What? Like on the telly? Will the cameras be there?
I doubt it. It's hardly the general election.
It'll be dead boring. Can't we just go to a club?
Okay. I'll tell you what. After we've witnessed the final humiliation of Eric Pollard, we'll go out and celebrate.
All right, ladies, room for a little one?
No.
No.
Hey!
Look at you, Hot Rod. Talk about a man who's just got his hands on a lovely bunch of coconuts.
What are you doing back here, Sky High?
I've come to ask you a favour.
Oh, yeah, what's that? A loan to buy some more sickly goldfish and reject soft toys?
You should have seen this lad in all his pomp. Stood on the wall, says Eddie Cochran blasting out. Those young lasses couldn't get enough of him.
Nothing's changed.
Do you remember Bobby John?
Yeah.
He came at the fair.
Yeah, I know. He tried to chat at my daughter.
Ah, that's the lad. Well, his dodgems have finally given up the ghost. I was wondering if you could, put him up for a few days, find him a bit of work. I feel really bad about it.
I'll do it for you.
From tomorrow, OK?
Yeah, well, it just so happens I am looking for someone to fill in for Danny at the Antiques Fair.
Nice.
Oh, I'm just going off voting for your fella.
I wouldn't waste me time. Hey, that pep talk you gave him went right to his head. He thinks he can rule the world.
I reckon a pair of you are good for each other.
Deserve each other, you mean? Do you fancy come for the results later? I've got to turn up because I'm still on the list, but I'll only be stood on my own leg and Nelly while Eric goes round glad-handing.
Oh, I'd love to. That'd be a real honour, that will Hotton Town Hall.
Val, just a person. Can you keep a secret?
Discretion's my middle name.
I've only come up with 1,500 quid on a premium one.
You never...
Yeah, I didn't even know I'd got it. So I'm treating Pearl to that trip to Hong Kong.
Oh, what a lovely fella.
Yeah, I know. So, could she have some time off?
No sooner said than done.
Oh, thanks, love.
Hey, sounds like you and her are on a winning streak.
To see how you've done. So you got 5 baskets out of a possible 8. I think you did really well. I took those last 3 baskets a bit tricky, aren't they? Right, I guess you'd like to know how you've done. Should we have a look? So, John T,
Hey.
can you try this big one first?
Why don't you go and see what Victoria's doing?
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No, of course not. Look, your dad said that you got the wrong end of the stick about something.
No, I haven't. I heard what you and Diane were talking about.
What did I say?
That you only put up with me because I'm your boyfriend's kid.
Kelly, I would never say anything like that.
That's what you meant. As long as all we do is have a laugh, you can pretend I'm your kid's sister. I don't want to be your sister. I hate you.
Kaylee?
Right, Jake, into the plan where we're heading off to next.
Excuse me. I couldn't help overhearing before, but you mentioned that Bobby John was coming to the village?
That's right, yeah. Why do you know him?
Well, I do, if it's the one who worked on the fair in Newcastle.
That's him.
With that tattoo?
That's the one.
What tattoo? Well, it was on his back. It was a pack of hounds chasing a fox, which, well, you know.
Looking for somewhere to hide.
And he had another saucy tattoo, didn't he?
I've not seen that one. I've heard it spoken about. You must know him well if you've seen that.
Oh, hey, come on, tell us. Oh, no, I'm too much of a lady.
I think you've seen that, you know.
Hey, it's a big willy with a red knot.
And you saw it? I thought you were a one-man woman.
Well, I didn't get a chance to see it in the flesh. So to speak. Well, it's this loss.
Hey, well, it's coming back now, isn't it?
Tattoos and all?
I know.
Mr. Pollard, could I have a word with you, please? In private.
Isn't it exciting? Mustn't get out much.
People laid down their lives to give folk the chance to vote.
To be honest, Noreen, it helps if you've got a decent choice. Mind you, Rodney, I've got more respect for Eric than I have for you.
You are joking.
But at least he stood up to be counted.
Oh, come off it. He's in it for one thing. Himself.
I don't know any fella who isn't.
You can't include Rodney in that.
Don't forget, sweetheart, I knew him in every sense of the word before you were even popped.
They're absolutely disgraceful.
Can't you bin one of the other fellas' votes?
Of course I can't. I get seen. Anyway, what are you doing here?
Oh, the old man sent me to say you get on.
Well, it might have helped if you'd bothered to vote for me.
He's on your payroll, is he, Jimmy?
That is slander.
You really know how to treat a girl, Rodney. Bringing her to this?
We're going out later.
What, for Crown Green bowling?
How's it looking?
Yeah, it's a close run thing.
As long as I don't win.
Wouldn't lose any sleep over the prospect of that.
You wouldn't believe what some of the cranks have written on the spoiled papers. It's a criminal offence. If I find out it was you...
How long's it going to be?
Oh, not long, dear. It wasn't a very high turnout.
I wonder why.
Where's the other candidate? Mr. Ward hasn't arrived yet.
But if he can't even be bothered to turn out, he doesn't deserve to be a councillor. He should be disqualified.
Getting twitchy, Eric.
Ooh.
I'm going to bed.
Kaylee,
Why shouldn't I? Don't tell me you want to stay up and chat.
I've always been straight with you.
Have you?
Yes. I've never pretended to be your mother or tried to take her place.
I knew you didn't want me.
Haven't you ever thought things might be as confusing for me as they are for you? Give me a chance to explain. Please.
Would the attending candidates please approach the platform?
Go on, that's you.
No way I'll get lynched by the animal libbers.
Miss Lambert?
Yes!
If the other guy don't turn up, does that mean Pollard's won?
No. As long as it's on the ballot paper, then he's in the running.
What kind of a system's that?
The votes cast in the Emmerdale ward of Hot District Council are as follows. Miss Valerie Lambert, 29 votes.
Boo.
Mr. Eric Pollard.
Hooray!
341 votes.
Look at him, he's like Oswald Mosley.
Who?
Irving Ward, 353 votes. I hereby declare the aforenamed Irving Ward is duly elected as District Councillor for the Emmerdale Ward.
I'd be fibbing if I told you that I'd always wanted children. I've had plenty of chances.
I thought you liked me.
Oh, I do. Kaylee, you're great.
As soon as my dad met you, I wanted you to be my mum.
Till you got to know me.
Dad and my real mum were always rowing. It's because she had a problem. It didn't make her a very good mum. But I don't hate her like I used to.
That's good.
Dad's great. But he works funny hours. And there's stuff I can't talk to him about. Not like you.
Well, that's not going to change, is it?
The thing I remember most about her was when she used to give me a cuddle at night. She smelt a drink, but I always loved being cuddled.
Well, we all need that.
The drug company will give us a complete supply as long as we trial it for them.
We do all that dirty work.
All we have to do is use the medication and tick a few boxes on a questionnaire.
We already know what works.
Yeah, but what about new products that are being developed?
It's all reported in the journals, isn't it?
When do you read journals? In fact, when do you do anything except lecture me on morality?
Hey! Work flipping hard, me. I was trying to bed clients.
If it wasn't for me getting closer to Mrs. Hyde Sinclair, we never would have got their business. And with a bit of luck, their friends will follow.
Well, perhaps I'm just not prepared to prostitute myself.
Like it or not, Paddy, this practice was on its backside when I joined. Zoe Tate may have had the connections, you don't. And it's not your dynamic personality pulling them in, is it?
Defeated by the invisible man.
I voted for you.
Thank you. That makes me feel a whole lot better.
It's the will of the people, Eric.
If you hadn't stood, I would have got your votes.
You don't know that.
Thank you so much for your support. You've done nothing but undermine me, and now you got what you wanted. I'm humiliated, defeated, and destroyed.
Oh, stop going on with yourself. It's a paragraph in next week's chip paper.
Eric, I am so sorry, mate.
Don't mate me. I meant what I said yesterday. One way or another, I'm gonna have you.
Don't you threaten Rodney. I'll get Scott to duff you up.
Well, there's no need, is there, Eric? Seeing as you drenched your own chips.
To be honest, I'm quite relieved I'm out of office.
We had a deal.
Eric Pollard cannot be bought. I offered myself as a candidate out of a sense of duty. But for the first time in my life, from this point forth, I'm putting myself first.
Where have I heard that before?
I mean it.
If you'd listened to me in the first place, you could have been spared all this.
From now on, it's you and me against the world. Come on.
Aye. Let's go to the Woolly and catch that buffet.
And be treated like the comic turn? No thanks, let's go home.
Mr. Pollard! Oh, Mr. Pollard! I've just received some terrible news.
Whatever it is, I couldn't give a flying fig. Not after what I've just experienced.
Mr. Ward is dead.
That's terrible.
Thanks. For, you know.
Thanks for giving me the chance. You're more sordid than me.
I'm off to bed, Dad. Night.
No night.
Will you tuck me in, Louise?
Sure. Give me 5 minutes.
You obviously have a mother's touch.
Oh, don't, Martin.
What I said.
I was just straight with her, that's all.
Of course you were. That's great.
Yeah, but what wasn't so great was you earlier. Making out that I was oblivious to her emotions.
I never said that.
You implied it.
Well, I'm sorry if it came over like that. Was she my child? My only child. She has to come first.
Well, I'd think a lot less of you if she didn't.
So when you took me on, took her on too. We can't be any half measures.
I realise that. I'm gonna go and tuck her in, okay?
Yo.
Hiya. I thought they were having a lock-in.
There were, but Val rang. Eric Pollard's celebration's been cancelled. He's got nothing to celebrate.
No, he feels.
Thought you looked happy.
Me and Harry have had a few words.
What did you fall out over?
Nothing, really. He basically thinks I'm useless.
He didn't say that.
Well, not in as many words, no, but he's right, though. I did let the practice go down the pan, and a ludicrous fling with Viv didn't help.
From what I heard, it was you who kept things going. With all Zoe's troubles, and then there was Max King.
Well, yeah, but I think that was just reacting to events, just keeping things ticking over.
Yeah? What's wrong with that?
Well, it hardly makes me a mover and a shaker, doesn't it?
No.
There's more to me, you know, than just good old Paddy.
Any fool can see that.
My dad's blaming me.
Go and boil your head. No, you can put it all behind you, Eric. It must be a great weight off your shoulders.
Of course, it does mean that there's a vacant seat on the council.
Does that mean the candidate in second place takes a seat?
Oh, no, you're lost fair and square.
Hardly. Come on, Valerie.
There will, however, be a by-election within 35 days.
35 days?
After the public kick and the unmentionables he's just had.
No, Valerie, mustn't be too hasty. We mustn't deny the people a chance of rectifying their mistake.
Good for you. Belt up, Noreen.
You'll receive my candidature in due course.
You were beaten, whopped.
It's called doing one's duty.
Right. Well, I'm going to do mine then.
What do you mean?
I'm going to stand for the council too.
You!
And I'll win, and I'll tell you why. Because there'll be no sleaze, no corruption.
What sort of council is that?
The sort the people deserve. You've had it, Pollard.